Comedy is friendly. It's the least offensive word in our language. Well, so says Albert Brooks, who ought to know. He's cracked people up playing everything from a dead ad executive in Defending Your Life to an animated clownfish in Finding Nemo. His role in a new movie, Drive, coming out tomorrow, however, is a little different. Try gangster. For ABC senior White House correspondent Jake Tapper, that is seriously funny.
He's in two of the hottest movies in Hollywood. Drive, an action film noir opening tomorrow, starring the white-hot Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan. And This Is 40, the new Judd Apatow comedy starring Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann. Hollywood's hot new thing is Albert Brooks. Yes, Albert Brooks. The comedian and comic actor best known for delving into neurosis delivers a performance as an LA gangster that one film critic says deserves to have Oscar calling.
For the rest of your life, you're going to be looking over your shoulder.
So Drive. This is a real departure. You're not a good guy.
I'm capable of doing dangerous things that I've never been asked to do in a film before.
I don't want to jinx it, but there's buzz about you and, you know, maybe getting a nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
You just jinxed it, Jake.
By saying it, I jinxed it? What if I don't air it? What if we just don't air this part of it?
No, air it.
Brooks is on more familiar terrain with Apatow's latest comedy, This Is 40. Though that's not quite how he sees it, of course.
People said to me, what is it like to play this violent person and Drive, and how do you do that? And I said, it is more of a shock to play Paul Rudd's father.
He recalls when Apatow called him to ask him to take a role in his new film, a follow-up to the hit Knocked Up.
Isn't it weird, though, when you have a kid and all your dreams and hopes just go right out the window?
What is it? It's Paul Rudd's father. Oh, no one's going to believe me. Is that Judd? Paul Rudd and I look like brothers. No, people will believe you. Okay, well, let's make an old gray wig and I'll limp and have it. No, don't do that.
In fact, Brooks played the character you might find in a hot new Judd Apatow film before there was such a thing. The nerdy romantic lead, more endearing for his humor than strapping good looks, such as in 1991's Defending Your Life.
You really look so familiar to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm the only man in here under 100.
That's one of many ways he blazed a new path for comedy. His stand-up routine was ironic before that was popular.
Well, good evening, everybody. Yes, hello, everybody.
Some people think you might have even been ahead of your time.
There's no line at the bank that says ahead of your time, you know? I mean, if you're going to do something 10 or 15 years before other people do it, I guess it's cool, but while you're doing it, it doesn't feel cool. It feels like you got a lot of people around you going, what's this?
Soon he was able to write and direct and star in his own movies, such as Mother.
Mother, the ice cream is colorless.
Look under the protective ice.
And of course, perhaps most iconically, he was the TV news reporter on the losing end of the style versus substance struggle in the acclaimed broadcast news.
This is more than Nixon ever sweated.
Just how noticeable is this? Huh?
You're at the point now where your name is an adjective. Albert Brooks movie, Albert Brooks style. It's a particular brand. What do you think it is?
I would hope it would be, you know, something that was not fart jokes. Are you allowed to say fart? You're allowed to say fart at 11.
11:35.
I could say
But even if he's best known for making people laugh, there's always been a seriousness to his body of work. And this year, Brooks had his first book published. 2030 describes what the U.S. will look like in 19 years.
It's clever, but it's not funny. When I was reading, I was like, this actually could happen.
The future ain't that funny. I've always thought that if I were 20 right now, I'd be worried. I'm more worried than I was when I was 20. And I'd be pissed, quite frankly. And so the book really is about the old versus the young. And one of the catalysts is this ongoing national debt.
Speaking of cutting, the Los Angeles gangster Brooks plays in Drive was nicknamed Bernie the Knife.
I know how to kill you.
You do?
I'm just not going to.
I think you actually think you're a tough guy.
Did you play football?
Did I play football?
Yeah.
I went to Akiba Hebrew Academy. Do you think I played football?
No. I played football. I was on the line.
Beverly Hills High School.
Doesn't matter. They had the money to bring in ringers. I played against Samoans who went on to play in the NFL.
That's, first of all, that can't be true.
It doesn't have to be true.
No, it doesn't. It just has to be funny. And he is. This is Jake Tapper for Nightline in New York.